Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Mrs. Rains. I'm back with another video. I wanted to come at you guys today with the confessions of my heart about moving. These are not in any particular order or of any particular importance, but they're just some things I wanted to share with you because it's not all necessarily peachy keen. I hope you don't think it's just like we're all skipping around in the meadows, holding hands and smiling. It's definitely not that, but at the same time, we have a lot of peace, a lot of joy, a lot of excitement as we gear up to move. We're 8 days away, I think it is. I'm trying to think. Yes, we're 8 days away from moving. So things are winding down. As you can see, there's a pile of boxes behind me. But I want to talk about these confessions because some of you may share these confessions if you ever had to move in state or out of state. And some of these confessions may be new to some of you who don't. Maybe who have not moved. If you've lived in the same house for 20 or 30 years, this may not apply to you, but I think it's worthwhile to share. So the first confession is dealing with emotional fallout. And what I mean by that is, you know, we have emotions about leaving. We've gotten so comfortable here. We have emotions about my oldest staying here for college. I have emotions about my mother staying here because she's lived with us for, you know, quite a while, a majority of our marriage, and we've, you know, it'll be, we're coming up on 12 years, I think. 12 years? Yeah, we're coming up on 12 years, and she's been with us the entire time, or nearly the entire time. So there's emotions about that. There's emotions about, you know, hubby's going to be teleworking. There's emotions about that, about just going someplace new, finding a new church, finding, you know, making new friends, you know, getting together with old friends. There's a lot of emotional baggage with a move, and we kind of have to deal with that on a triage basis. It's almost like whatever's on fire, you put that fire out and then move to the next fire that's of, you know, equal or greater flame. And I know that it sounds crazy, but, you know, we're dealing with, you know, our emotions. You know, Cam's got emotions about his big brother not being with us anymore, about leaving here and leaving friends behind, about not seeing grandma every day. So a lot of these things, it sounds like it would create turmoil, but the Lord has given us so much peace about it, which is good. I've got still friends who are still like, this is surreal. I can't believe you guys are leaving. And then we also have friends at home that are you know, we're moving basically what I consider home. It's where I grew up. But friends at home are like, I'm so excited you're coming back, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're looking forward to spending time, and our kids getting to know each other better. Like, these are like a lot of things that are going wrong. There's a lot of moving parts, and the emotional fallout can be overwhelming if you don't have peace that surpasses all understanding. That's what I'm grateful for Christianity, for that reason. The relationship with Christ is paramount to my relationship with anyone else. So I get this great peace, and it has a trickle-down effect where it gives me peace elsewhere in my life. I also am realizing, too, that a lot of people that can't manage emotions, the reason why is because there's something in this world they're given over to. So if I can't deal with, if I can't handle the fact that I'm leaving, like, a friend, and going to another state, I can't handle it. I'm leaving my friend. It's so overwhelming. If that's the case, then I have put that friend on a pedestal above Christ. And that's not healthy. Nobody should be on a pedestal. If Christ is with me wherever I go, I shouldn't be concerned because no one else should be on that pedestal. No one's like even with Christ. So that has given me a lot of clarity in that issue, and trying to share that with, you know, it's okay to be sad, but you can't be so sad that you can't function, that kind of thing. So being able to share that and being able to live that is really been pretty awesome. I also think that once you get too connected to a place, as far as comfort is concerned, then you really aren't depending on the Lord the way you should, because I'm not crying out to God, oh Lord, this place you've put me in. I don't have to do that currently because we're so comfortable. It's more like, oh Lord, thank you for the place you put me in. And it's not like, not that I don't need the Lord and his grace, but it's come to a point where I feel like we don't ask for enough help. I'll put it that way. We're praying, but it's very monotonous, and I don't have any specific prayer needs for our own family. I'm praying specifically for other people, but not necessarily for us. And so it's come to a point where that situation is making me less likely to be prayerful versus a situation where we're in constant need of prayer. And I think moving does that, putting us in a new place. Oh Lord, help us with this, help us with that. What are we going to do about this or that? Lord, you're in control. Those things will be more paramount of concern. So I think it's good to be uncomfortable for a while. Another confession is that I really don't want to go. Like I said, we're comfortable here. It's like I want to go, but I don't want to go. And the don't want to go is far outweighed by the want to go, but it's an emotion that's there. It's a feeling that's there. And that's just because you don't want to leave what you're used to. And I'm overcoming that every day. I just want to be obedient to what God has asked us to do. I think God has really put it on our heart to do this. I don't think that it's something that will come back void. I think it's something that will bear fruit. And I've been reading a lot in Nehemiah lately, and just the way that Nehemiah was sent to Jerusalem to rebuild the wall and to really gather God's people. And I just think it was really cool how all the families at the time rebuilt the wall nearest to their house. And each family rebuilt the section of the wall. Each family guarded that section of the wall. When the enemy approached, they built with one hand and then they fought with the other. And I thought that was cool that they had a weapon in one hand and the tools to build with another. And that really is, we're going to, basically we're being sent back home, like Nehemiah was sent back to his home in Jerusalem to rebuild a wall. And maybe we'll rebuild some relationship walls. Maybe we'll be sent back to build new walls and then fight with the weapon with the other hand. And the other weapon the weapon that we're fighting with obviously is the Bible. But at the same time, it's like an alliterative way of God showing me, I have this for you. I have this job for you to do. And I think it's really cool. And each family being built up, it made me think about each family and our current fellowship that has built our family up and encouraged us. And so it's really cool how that all kind of went together. And so it's given me a lot of peace about actually going. Another confession is feeling overwhelmed, because anytime you have to pack up an entire house and a bunch of people and move someplace, you just feel anxiety. And the reason why is because I feel like there's not enough time in the day sometimes. I feel like life is still happening at the same time. So there's still doctor's appointments or dentist appointments. There's still grocery shopping that has to happen. And I have to pick and choose what's worth buying, because if it's not something we're going to eat in a few days, then I'm not going to buy it. I still have to deal with mitigating, calls from school and different functions of this or that. We recently just had graduation. We had prom. Hubby had a graduation. So like back to back to back things are happening. And so life is still going on. And in between that, you're packing up a house full of people. And so we're progressive packing, which means a little bit at a time until it all gets done. But it always feels like I'm sitting down talking to you now. I could be being productive and I could be packing, but I haven't done that today just yet. So I feel like I've been unproductive, but yet and still, it's not even, I think it's like barely 9 o'clock, and I have all day ahead of me, but it's just that feeling of, I need to call and make an oil change appointment. I need to call and check for somebody to shampoo the carpets and see if I can get that scheduled. I need to, there's a lot of moving parts that I still need to do. I need to go to Cam's school and drop off uniform shirts. I need to go pick up his transfer packet. I have a lot of things to do, but it can be overwhelming if I don't have any peace about it. But I do have peace about it, but I still worth sharing with you that I'm overwhelmed sometimes. And the good thing about it is hubby will come home, we'll eat dinner, and then we'll relax for a little bit, and then we'll say, all right, let's think of what can we progressive pack today together? Like, what can we work on tonight? And he's been really great about, if I pack up boxes during the day, moving them down here, which is why I have this mountain of boxes behind us. And he's been really good about that, and about just helping me think through a lot of things, and us having these really great conversations. And I think it's really a blessing, because we could be at odds and arguing with each other, but it's so neat that we've been able to have really good conversations with one another and be on one accord. And I think that's another reason why I think it just confirms us doing what God has asked us to do by moving, and that confirmation, it's birthing one accord and us having one vision and us being able to share our thoughts and opinions without anyone being upset, being able to share how we feel without anybody, you know, Bible thumping at each other. None of that's happening. It's really just a sweet time, and I'm grateful for that. So although, you know, some of these things I'm confessing to you are real, it's real life, it's really what we feel, there's also like some grace that, you know, it hasn't turned negative, so to speak. So yeah, that's about all I have. That's some real, true heart music. It's just really, truly what's going on and how I feel. If you have had the same emotions or similar, or if you've had the same struggles or similar about moving, please put them in the comment section. I'd love to hear if you've got some things going on, or if you've had these feelings in the past, and maybe you know some things that I don't know as far as what helps. I had this thought about every morning after praying and doing my devotion, if hubby and I just had a few minutes to talk about, okay, this is what we're doing today. You're doing this, I'm doing that. And then at the end of the day, having each other be accountable. Did you do this and did you do that? And writing these things down if we need to, just to make sure we're being accountable to each other and to make sure things that need to get done are getting done. So I think that that's worth doing. Not in a way to bash the other person if they don't get something done, but in a way to say, you know, let's think of strategies to get this done tomorrow. Do we need to set an alarm on your phone? Do we need to, you know, whatever it is that we can do this together. And also, I think another thing that's helping is finding moments to live in between all the rigmarole of packing and whatnot. And what I mean by that is, you know, are you going on a little date? Stop packing and go out and get a cup of coffee together. Stop packing and go to brunch with friends. Like, these are things that we really are planning to do. Like, I actually had a sister date with my sister-in-law, and it was awesome. It was nice to get out just to talk, walk around the mall, enjoy the dinner together. Those things, living in this is really helping to take away some of that overwhelmed and anxious feeling. So anyway, I'm just rambling, and I want to stop rambling so that you guys can get on with your day and be productive. Go out there, go get them, girl or guy, whoever's watching. You can do it. I know you can. We can do this together. Maybe you're not moving. Maybe you just need to do some cleaning. Maybe you just need to do something with your kids. Maybe you just need to run some errands. You just need to get up and get out and do them. You know, let's get off YouTube for a little bit and go take care of those things. I am going to try to vlog like a day in the life, kind of packing, moving day in the life. I'm trying to film that tomorrow. So you guys can kind of see what a typical day is looking like. And yeah, that's about it. So put God at the head of all you do. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.